Imagine there's no Peter. It's easy if you try. No Cleveland or Quagmire. Imagine there's no Quahog.
Did you write that song?
I'm working on it right now.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's probably fine.
What else does Joe wear?
A wheelchair.
Yeah, that's fine.
He wears a police officer uniform sometimes. You could wear that.
Yeah. Oh, give me that. Trying to steal that.
Gimme.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
In Quahog, Concrete Jungle, Lois and Quagmire, Cleveland, and Mr. Pewtersmith too. Welcome to the Nondescript Video Club podcast.
The Family Guy edition.
Yeah.
As you can see,
I'm Peter. I'm Quagmire.
And I'm Joe.
All right, and now we can stop.
Yep.
with that.
Now we're done with the Family Guy.
So today's podcast is a little different. We're gonna be fooling each other. Not fooling each other. We're gonna be blowing each other's minds, I should say, and other things.
Yeah.
You just have to wait for
blowing
the end of
each other.
Could I actually share my
from top to bottom?
I want to do my dreams. Could I do my dream story?
Yeah, no, we'll
Yes.
Ease into it. I think.
The fact of this topic today of the podcast is stories. Fucking crazy ass, funny ass, bitch ass stories. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Crazy ass stories that only four white dudes with a podcast could ever tell.
As you can see, we said 4, and there's 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Peter?
Where's Peter? The real Peter.
Peter,
You're Peter.
Yeah.
Peter
Does anybody know?
It's so sad. I mean, that Peter, he's never missed a podcast before.
I know.
We should say
Right.
that. This is going to be the
This is the first
first
one
one
without him.
ever without Pete here, and I think, maybe a moment of silence for that.
I actually think it's better. All right. No, moment of silence. We can do a moment of silence.
Yeah.
How long is moment of silence gonna be? Is it like,
Just a little longer.
like 30 more seconds.
Yeah.
Seems today all you see movies and sex are those good old fashioned.
Sorry. I think that's been 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's good, actually. I think that seems respectful.
That seems respectful for Peter, who presumably will be here next week.
We'll see.
I think he.
Really depends how well this podcast goes, Am I right?
Yeah. So your dream.
Yeah, Ben, you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
All right, yeah. So this was
regarding Elon, I think.
Do you know when you have like those dreams where it's like a dream that happened, like you wake up like 5 minutes before you have to wake up.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
5 more minutes, and somehow you have just the most insane dream that feels like it was an hour long, and then all of a sudden it's only been 5 minutes.
No, but you know what I mean though. You managed to have a full dream in
in
5 minutes.
In the time between
Like the
while
dream
you're snoozing.
felt like it was longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was kind of that's the context for this dream. It was one of those
Yeah, and you're kind of like shifting between reality and the dream, so you really feel awake while you're dreaming.
So basically, this dream, I was at a party, and I didn't know anybody at the party. I was just there.
Loser.
And so all of a sudden, Mr. Musk, Mr. Twitter shows up at this party, and everyone apparently this was like an Elon tech bro party because everyone was like, yo,
Oh my god!
and I was just there like,
holy shit!
come on,
Mr. Tesla.
Who cares? And so I don't know why in my dream I was just trying to like start a fight with him. Like I was like, hey, I literally was. I've never been so confrontational in a dream. Like, you know the feeling of like when you're dreaming you can't take action on something? This was the opposite.
Yeah.
I felt like I was so in control of myself. I just went up to him and I was like, hey, buddy.
Oh my god, what did he? I bet he would have shit his pants.
He was doing like his like snarky Twitter responses, but like verbally, you know?
He's really
like,
embarrassing.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember any of the exact things he said because what's about to happen next completely just wiped my memory of any specific details. But anyways, oh no, at some point people were asking him like, yo, Elon, what's your favorite band? Or like what's your favorite genre of music? And he's like, I don't know, I really like funk, but he said it like in a really like seductive way. And all of a sudden he lifts up his shirt. He just has just a massive pair of honkers. I'm like, what? I've never.
Whoa!
I'm completely soy faced in my dream. And then it got so crazy. I don't even know if I should say like what happened next, but I'm all right. Fuck, I gotta say it. All right, so he's gonna get really weird.
You fell in
fucking
love.
pulled down his pants. He had a pussy.
Oh my
Elon Musk
god!
This was confirmed. Trans Elon showed up.
Oh my
party.
god!
Wow.
Post-op.
Post-op, full transition. Elon showed up to this party, and then everybody was fucking getting in line to eat his pussy.
Oh my god!
And this is why I tell you, man. Like, this is the most sexual dream ever. But I woke up dry as fuck because I was just standing there like.
You were sitting in the corner like, I don't want to eat his pussy.
It's gonna be me, man.
Shaking your head like, no way am I.
Yeah, I am not eating his pussy.
You'll never catch me in line to eat that pussy, bro.
No
Come
way,
on.
dude.
And I was just like, oh my fucking god.
That
man.
sounds
And all of that happened in literally 5 minutes. It happened between 8:55 a.m. and 8:59
Oh my
a.m.
god. Yeah. Dude, when you were talking about being ballsy in your dreams, I had a dream the other night. I have so many dreams about getting arrested. I don't know why, but I was having another one of those. I was getting arrested. I don't remember why or what, but they were putting the handcuffs on me, and there were these special, like really bulky blue handcuffs, and they put them on me. I was like, what are these? They were like, these are shock handcuffs. So if you try and break out of them in any way, they're gonna shock you. It's gonna feel like a taser.
It's like Operation.
Yeah. And they were like, we can control the shock level. So if you try anything, we'll zap you. And I was like, I don't know why, but I said this just before I woke up. I was like, do you guys want to set it to max and shock me?
Sir, these are kink handcuffs.
I was like into it.
So if you had him set it to max and you did it right before you woke up, that probably means it fucking
worked. Yeah,
just immediately killed you.
I do remember it was like a woman and a man cop, and I remember after asking them that, they had like really serious faces. After asking them that, they were like, "Oh well, I don't know."
So do you guys believe that dreams are relevant to real life? Do you think that they reveal some sort of deep truth about who you are?
Well, maybe, but I was going to say for Ben, do you think that picture of Elon Musk getting out of his yacht with boobs? Like he literally has. But
it wasn't.
Like the huge,
when I woke up, that was the first thing I was amazed because it looked nothing like that. When I tell you,
they were like
he
round.
lifted up his shirt and he had like the perfect female figure.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Right. I was picturing like his bulky, wide chest, but also huge boobs, and it didn't look that bad.
Maybe if Elon were to transition in realistic, it'd probably look like that.
Yeah.
In dreams,
Yeah.
It was
He looks
maybe
like-
a little idealistic in the dream, you know.
He looks like a Cybertruck.
I think if he did, I think if he did transition, there probably would be a line of people willing to eat his pussy.
Yeah, the first.
I
Do
know.
you think he'd do like
There probably
boob.
is a line
There's-
of people. There's probably people who would line up, and that's
he'd have cyber boobs? He would do the first like robotic post-op.
It'd be just
breasts off.
Elon Musk and then a huge pair of chrome.
Actually, I had these installed. They
Cyber
shoot.
tits.
They shoot bullets.
Machine gun job.
Machine gun job,
They
please.
have wheels. It's like fucking the Austin Powers she-bot
Yeah.
titty guns.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, we have today.
Bit of a game.
Yeah, we have.
A bit of a prompt.
Like I said, topic of today is stories. So we're going to pitch to each other 3 original movie ideas.
Well, not so original.
Not original. We've all written our own ideas. The rule is they have to be based on a previous IP.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
so we had it's become a topic of conversation because I just saw an article the other day about a gritty or a horror reboot of Bambi, because now it's the 2020s, and a lot of Disney IPs, a lot of famous Disney films and characters are entering the public domain in the next 10 years. We already saw just this past year there was a Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
reboot, which is obviously not technically a Disney exclusive property, because I think it's a book originally.
I think.
And Disney animated it anyway. So the idea was that all these IPs are gonna come out, and studios are gonna be inclined to make what's the new Peter Pan, what's the
Peter Griffin.
what's the edgy new Zoomer centric fucking bed knobs and broomsticks. I don't know.
I feel like Peter Griffin's name should be Peter Pan, and Peter Pan's name should be Peter Griffin. Because he can fly, and Peter likes
right,
pans.
because Griffin.
Peter likes when
He likes
Lois
pans.
cooks food.
He likes Pangea, the previous country. Rest
That's
in
a
peace.
good
Pandora.
point. Yeah.
Likes He's a panhead.
No, that's really good. Pete is. Pete would hate this.
Yeah.
Let's fucking.
So
the idea is we have 3 movie pitches here. I don't know if anybody wants to go first, but these are our dark, or not necessarily dark.
This
but,
is a look
our,
into the dark side of our minds.
Yeah. These are our really. These are our Disney alt reboot
Yeah.
yes.
pitches.
Yeah. I think.
Um,
Did we all use? No, you
mine
didn't
is,
use
mine
a
isn't
Disney.
Disney, but it
IP.
is existing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Do you?
It also
got it.
incorporates other IPs.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Do you want to?
Yeah,
I
I
go
can
first.
A bit of a
I can
crossover.
go first.
I got my.
So, so you might. I think I briefly mentioned this in some previous podcast, probably, but my least favorite movie of all time, the one movie that I sincerely regret watching, was some adaptation of Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis that we had to watch.
Yes,
in college.
I think you have mentioned
And
it a long time ago.
I hate that movie, and so I was like, what better IP for me to take a stab at than The Metamorphosis?
Oh, absolutely.
And so I was thinking, there's really no good adaptations of The Metamorphosis. So I was like, how can we solve that? What's the workaround here? So I was trying to troubleshoot what was going wrong, and so I kind of came to the conclusion that I think it was actually Kafka's fault. I think the story was just bad. I think
Fair enough.
there's
The
just,
Metamorphosis itself.
there's just some some plot decisions that should not have happened. So I was like, let's change it up, let's let's completely rebuild it.
Maybe for some context, because I actually don't know the original
Oh yeah,
story
okay. So
of
basically the Metamorphosis is like this guy wakes up as a cockroach, and then he has to like come to terms with the fact that he's a cockroach while he's getting ridiculed by his family, and everyone's like, you're a lazy piece of shit, but he's actually just a cockroach and he can't do anything. He's also human-sized. He's a human-sized cockroach. He's huge.
Yeah, and his family thinks he's disgusting. They throw
Yeah.
trash at him, and he eats it, and he hides under the
my
table
God.
during
And then he
dinner.
ends up just like dying,
Yeah,
right?
one day he just gets so sad that he just dies in a corner.
Sounds like a
And I don't think his
gory
family
book.
like does anything.
No,
They're just
they-
like, he just died.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
it's actually
So it's a
very
miserable
it's a
affair.
miserable
Very
story.
sad story.
So I wanted
About
to
a
kind
bug.
of add a twist right off the bat. He's still gonna wake up as a cockroach, obviously. I mean, that's like it's like grade A storytelling right there.
He's waking up as a girl.
It's a commentary. It's about how women are the cockroaches
This movie
of
stars
society.
Elon Musk.
All right.
No, it does not star Elon Musk. It actually stars Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg plays Gregor Samsa.
Okay.
He's the man.
What the heck?
He wakes up as a
6
cockroach.
legs.
However, you know how Mark Wahlberg, he's the kind of guy where he's gonna intervene. He's not gonna just sit by and let shit happen.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a job
Yeah.
immediately.
No, he's not just gonna get a job. He decides he's not gonna fucking put up with like the shit his family gives him. I mean, he's a huge cockroach. You realize how many physical like advantages you now have? Like, he has so much relative strength.
He can survive a
and stuff.
nuke.
Legs.
He's intelligent, like that. I mean, basically, he's gonna use this
Legs.
to just take like complete
Wings?
advantage of his family. And
Okay.
he's like he's not here for this racism against cockroaches. So
Yeah.
ultimately,
He's not putting up with that.
he basically turns his family into like his little servants. They're like
Mm-hmm.
they're inferior to him. And then he starts going out at night, and he's like, I'm gonna start growing my sphere of influence.
Okay.
And so, if you don't know, cockroaches can reproduce incredibly quickly. So
Is this relevant to Kafka's original as well?
It is. Yep. No. I don't know why it wasn't actually, but so in addition to going out and like preying on unsuspecting civilians and whatnot, just having some fun, he also meets a suitable mate, the largest female roach he could find. Just
How big?
How big is
probably
that? Like this big?
probably like this big. But she's named Rochella, and
Oh my God.
and together
Rochelle.
they reproduce and have 1,000 babies.
Oh
I don't
my
know. I don't know
God.
if that's a scientifically accurate
this guy's
fact or not,
awesome.
but they start to create this society of physically superior and mentally superior cockroaches.
It's
You
like
know,
District 9.
it's like District 9, yeah. And so they start creating this, like, they have divisions of labor and stuff, and they start realizing
Yep.
like we should be sharing wealth and stuff, and we should be so they start creating,
And all the while, it's just Mark Wahlberg's voice coming out of a cockroach.
they start creating this, this socialist society where they, like every roach works for the betterment of the roach next to them,
Oh, wow.
it's actually a very, progressive society.
Wow.
And so back in human land,
Back in Yodi land.
the U.S. government is getting scared because roaches are taking over and they're implementing far too progressive ideas into their society.
Oh my God.
So,
Cockroach communism.
but the U.S. government has been working on a weapon,
Oh my God.
their most powerful weapon yet. It's called Mecha Reagan.
Oh
And
my God.
This is a replacement for the president.
This is crazy.
This is a robotic Ronald Reagan that his main method of attack is, like using less than sound economic principles and right-leaning political buzzwords like flat tax rate and
Trickle down.
90% of all crimes are committed by 13% of all insects.
Wow.
Right,
So,
right. Classic
Using
Reagan.
these,
Is this modern day? So they put Reagan.
it takes place modern day, but
Imagine
it takes place modern day, but prior to the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, so we're talking like 2010.
Relatively close to when that game takes place.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
My Mecha Reagan that I'm imagining like a Mojo Jojo glass jar brain of Reagan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
I imagine he's like all chrome. He's like a.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like- well,
yeah.
no, but I do like the idea that he has like his top of his head is just like a vat for his brain.
You can see
I was
through it.
picturing like a late 1800s like automaton that's like steam powered, and he's like constantly like
BioShock Infinite.
hello, I'm Ronald Reagan.
Well, to be fair,
Trickle down.
he breaks. He like runs. He has to keep shoveling coal in him.
I'll watch the blood trickle down your face. Trying to make that trickle down pun work.
I do like the idea of him being steampunk. The Modern Warfare 2 part, it kind of needs to take place right before Modern Warfare 2, otherwise the story doesn't work. But
It's canon.
we'll get to that. We'll get to
still
that.
a steam powered.
We'll get to that. He can still be a steam-powered automaton. So, anyways, the roaches, they need to regroup.
Right.
Because Mecha Reagan, he's been tearing down their fair distribution of wealth and labor and shit. And it's really awful.
As he should.
And so he's preparing his. Oh yeah.
Well, do you mind if I ask a question?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Is Mecha Reagan just a regular but metal president, or is he a weapon? Like
He can be both.
He's both. He's kind of. It's like he's
Is
a
he a-
weapon, but they also like the previous president steps down.
so
they had to swear him in.
On the
So
front
he's-
line.
he's basically a president nuclear bomb, pretty much.
Yes,
I am the button.
he is. But speaking of nuclear bombs, so Mecha Reagan, he's preparing his end game, which is the first ever 100 megaton nuclear bomb,
The final solution.
nicknamed the General Shepherd.
Okay.
That's why it takes place prior, but still relatively close to the events of.
Now, I have another question. Is this taking place within the universe of Modern Warfare, or do the
Is it
creators
canon?
of this weapon just really like a man named General Shepherd?
No,
presumably,
it's-
because it's not Call of Duty. That character hasn't come
I'll
around.
answer that
yet.
question closer to the end.
Okay.
It's kind of a fanfic.
Because there'll be more information on that, but
Okay.
they won't necessarily be super definitive.
So we've got the
but-
General Shepherd weapon.
So the General Shepherd is an 100 megaton nuclear bomb.
Damn.
And the roaches, this bomb's on the horizon, they don't know when it's going to be launched. And in fact, at this point, they don't even know it exists because they're not in the U.S. government, so they wouldn't know that.
What Mecha Reagan's up to.
But so they're busy fighting the ground troops. They're fighting U.S. Marines, and they're
There's
It's a
D-Day.
good movie. I'm enthralled. I feel like I'm watching it. I
so
can see it.
the roaches realize that they can't do it all on their own, so they need to recruit some help. So they go to one of their most trusted human friends, Sergeant Gary Roach.
Oh my god.
And they're joined by the rest of Task Force 141.
Okay.
And they fight to the last breath, but ultimately Mecha Reagan does launch the General Shepherd. And so they just watch, the bomb is coming down, and but they're not really worried, I mean, the Task Force 141 is probably worried, but the extra cockroaches, they know they're cockroaches. You can't nuke a cockroach; it doesn't work.
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
not afraid. Just
So-
bring it on, big guy. That's my best Mark Wahlberg.
That's my best cockroach.
It's my best roach impression. So
He wouldn't say that.
Mecha Reagan, he watches, He's completely destroyed America because he's just launched the world's largest nuke.
Was this roach communist territory
dead,
in
didn't
America?
raid.
Like they...
Yeah, it was in America. It was
Can
probably
I ask where specifically?
New Jersey border.
Yeah, it was probably northeast
Okay.
America. It's
All
probably
right.
went up into
Vermont,
Maine.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think it probably went like midway through Maine, but down to probably like
Quahog.
I would say it went farther than Quahog. I would say it probably went around. I think the biggest like city that they took over was probably like Trenton, New Jersey.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's pretty.
That's-
I mean,
that's impressive.
That's not bad.
So Mecha Reagan, he's practically destroyed America. And he's like he knew it had to be done, you know.
Mm.
He's like I had to get rid of the roaches.
Yeah, it's that
But
trickle
as
Better
he's-
red
down.
than
as he's
better dead
watching-
than red.
Mm.
As he's watching the
Yeah.
smoke and the debris and the rubble all clear, he looks in pure unadulterated horror that the army of roaches is still there, moving,
Unfazed.
unfazed, just
No.
Wow.
And so they march in on him and they start eating him.
Oh my
It's just-
god!
It's just
a
like
robot.
it's just like a Tasmanian devil cloud of sparks and sheet metal. And like bolts and stuff. And
How did you survive?
and so Mecha Reagan's dead. And,
Wow.
That's
Gregor has
Conquered the
he's
world.
conquered the
Wow.
world and he's
Incredible.
made a better future for all
Roach.
insects.
That is so much better than the way he ended in the book.
Dude, Kafka could never, bro. Dude.
That's why there's never been a good adaptation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Also, Mark Wahlberg was never involved, so
I
that
think
didn't
if
help.
Kafka was here right now, he'd be crying, applauding. He'd say, "There they are, the words I couldn't find." You know.
That's exactly what I meant to
Yes!
This is a really weird side note, not that funny, but one time I went on a cruise, Royal Caribbean, lots of weird art across the whole hotel. Like shit that looked it was made in like a 9th grade digital art class, like Photoshop class.
Mhm.
Just like a flower next to an ocean. Really shitty bad stuff. But the
Nature.
prime piece of art they had on this ship was just a giant chrome head of Franz Kafka that would rotate.
What? That's dope.
It was just like, why him?
scary.
Yeah, why him?
Yeah.
Like he's just on a cruise, giant Franz Kafka head.
Dude, that would be
Big fucking Kurt
go on the
Vonnegut
Kafka
candle.
cruise, dude. That would be
Yeah.
terrifying.
All right. So
that's beautiful.
that was incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. I was thinking J.J. Abrams would
I would
direct
watch
it.
that.
Okay, JJ. Yeah, I
Reboot.
was gonna ask that.
Oh, directed by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, definitely.
The reboot king was yet
Wow.
to
All right.
doesn't miss with reboots.
Okay.
You want to go next? Or
Sure.
Or shall I? You can go ahead.
I would love to. Sure.
Go for it.
So I went with probably the most popular Disney IP.
Bed knobs and
which-
broomsticks.
Yes.
Avatar.
Yeah. So
Spider-Man.
this movie is called The Jizz Brothers. So-
What is it? What is it a reboot of? Is it?
So just hang on. Branto and Wooby Jobasa are a pair of jizz-obsessed brothers from the humble planet of Clackdor 7.
Star Wars.
Once a peaceful place, the world has now been absorbed into the Empire, primarily serving as a rest stop for Imperial troops that have to use the bathroom while traveling through hyperspace. This is because you cannot shit in hyperspace. If you try to shit, it will become eternally suspended in hyperspace, which could cause clogs and backups for other travelers. You might think, okay, then why not just shit in the ship bathroom while it's not in hyperspace? Why stop on a planet? That's because Imperial ships lack improper ventilation, and it would make the entire ship stink. The two musical boys, supported by their elderly grandmother, Ba Fe Faba Yubi Jobasa, the boys aspire to hit it big in the jizz business.
This is just the title crawl. This is the fucking...
So the boys aspire to hit it big in the jizz business so they can raise enough money to relocate their elderly grandma to a planet free of Imperial oppression. After several record companies turn them down, the boys come across the opportunity of a lifetime when the Max Rebo Band comes to Clackdoor 7. Eager to spark their careers, the boys will do anything to get the band's attention, even if it means getting in a little trouble with the Empire.
Oh my god.
All right.
Wow.
So we've got John C. Reilly as Branto Jobasa.
Oh my god.
We've got Drake Bell as Wooby Jobasa. Kate Blanchett as Grandma Bafe Faba Yubi Jobasa. We've got Jesse Eisenberg as Imperial Governor Scourge. Taika Waititi as Darth Dumph.
Oh, Jesus.
And introducing Ryan's World Toy Reviews as R3Y5. And
So
Robert
gross.
Pattinson as Max Rebo. Directed by Bryan Singer. So,
Wow. Wow.
I hope
kind
you
of
enjoyed that.
a spin-off.
Yeah, I decided to take the dark and evil world of Star Wars and make it a more uplifting, musical, happy jizz story.
Star Wars just isn't accessible.
That
enough,
last
you know?
name.
Yeah, I literally love just imagining all
So-
of that, like.
Yeah, the Jizz Brothers, a Star Wars story.
Well, that's a beautiful. I mean, great work. Great work.
Thank
on
you.
that. I personally can't wait. I've always been a big Bryan Singer fan.
Yeah, I'm really excited for his next. I mean, what happened to him after he
Where'd
directed
he go?
Bohemian Rhapsody? What?
What the hell? Did he really direct that?
He did. Yeah,
Wow.
no. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Wow.
I only know him because he directed like the X-Men movies.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
Whatever.
X-Men and fucking what else? The one gangster movie, Untouchables.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Whatever happened?
Yeah,
Directed
damn.
that one gangster movie, The Godfather or something.
Bryan Singer goes to Drake Bell and he says, I saw your performance in the Amanda Show and I knew that you were the pick for Jabu
Burba.
Burba.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's brilliant. It'll be on Disney Plus I don't know, 2 weeks? How
Yeah,
fast
it's
do
coming-
they churn these out?
It's coming in 2030, actually. So
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
We wanted to film in the same place. They're
It's
filming Avatar, but that place has been booked up until 2029.
Yep.
So
It's got a full cast list and production. 2030. See you in 8 years, 7 years, whatever.
Christmas Day, 2030.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, those are beautiful synopses, guys. I also have one here.
let's hear
to
it.
read off. The Disney IP I chose, I guess it's probably also technically not a Disney IP, but famous from its Disney film, and soon entering the public domain, I imagine. I chose Mary Poppins, which you guys are aware, know the story of Mary Poppins.
I know
I
Mary
presume.
Poppins.
Yeah.
Yeah, babysitter shows up.
Yeah, and she does
umbrella,
like the freaky umbrella.
magic.
Yeah. a bunch
Nanny McPhee.
Yeah.
It's total ripoff of
Yeah.
Nanny McPhee.
That's. I have to admit, until like recently, like not recently, but like until like 10 years ago, I would get those movies
Till I
mixed
was
up
12.
all the fucking time. I thought they were the same movie,
They are.
except Nanny McPhee was fucking ugly as shit. She was fugly.
Oh no, but that's
Yeah,
that's true. But that's the thing. She's
Poppers
hot
is
at
a
the end.
baddie.
What? I never saw it.
Well, here's my pitch. You guys are Hollywood executives, and I'm me.
Listen, kid, you got 2 minutes. Blow me away.
All right. A dark reboot of Mary Poppins. A beautiful young nanny is hired to take care of 2 neglected rich children in London. When the ratty Banks children turn out to be more than the young nanny can handle, she decides to use a grotesque cocktail of Quaaludes and heroin to sedate the tykes.
Oh, God.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, and the children are greeted with bright and terrifying illusions of dancing penguins, enchanted carriage rides, and overly friendly chimney men.
Okay.
But all is not supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, as the young babysitter, watching the drug-addled children choke on their own vomit, decides to turn herself in to save the dying tykes. Mr. Banks watches his children die. Watching his children die in the hospital, prays and promises to be a better father should they survive. And the young Mary Poppins, rather than face a life in prison, ingests the same medicine she gave to the children, and takes her own life attempting to float off a building with an umbrella.
Oh my God.
From director Robert Eggers.
That's the end? That's the end of the movie?
Oh my God.
Starring the kid from the Babadook, the little kid from Aftersun, Anya Taylor-Joy as Mary Poppins, and the disheveled corpse of Dick Van Dyke.
Oh no.
It's Scary Poppins.
Wow.
Scary Poppins.
That's my
Halloween
dark reboot.
2031.
Wow. I love... That might be like the most downer of an end I've ever heard in my entire life.
So, is this in your mind? Is this a remake, a reboot of Mary Poppins, or is this like a true? Is this what was really happening? Like
right, like where it's
was
like,
it all just fucked?
like the version we
Yeah.
all know and
Yeah.
love. This is the true story.
Yeah.
Like you know the like how Calvin and Hobbes, right? People always say that like Calvin's like he's actually schizophrenic, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
that tiger, you don't regularly see a tiger.
Yeah,
Kids don't have
there's no
imagination.
such thing as tigers.
They don't have that. So yeah, I was imagining it as kind of a dark retelling, but you know, if we were to say, you know, Man of Steel it and say, what if Mary Poppins was real, right? What if we just made it as realistic as possible?
Yeah.
As real world grounded. I mean,
Well,
I guess that's.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'm imagining Robert Eggers' style. I don't think he goes super real, but I'm imagining just like there's got to be like some shot of an umbrella that looks like a penis at one part. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining just like a lot of, you know, very, I mean, unsettling imagery of like, you know, animals like folding in and out of each other. So maybe some light mutilation here and there, you know.
Right.
And the children, they're like, you know, happy at first, right? Like
Yeah.
their visions are like bright and colorful and
And they start having a
Well-
bad trip.
It was kind of funny. Like, did you ever watch that video? It was like someone re-edited the trailer for Mary Poppins, and it was like
the new one or the original?
no, the original, and it was
Oh,
like
boy.
they put like freaky music over it, and it was for the most part it was largely the same. It didn't really do anything, but the shot of her like floating down the umbrella, I don't know. I remember watching it like, ugh. I don't like that. It was just mildly unsettling.
Yeah.
I don't know. The imagery of like floating down an umbrella seems like it would be
That's demonic.
demonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the idea. Oh God, just like that last image of just like taking an umbrella. high as shit, just like throwing yourself off a building.
Yeah, and it's clearly broken. It's
It's got,
As soon as
holes
she
in it.
jumps, it just flips up and immediately breaks.
Mhm.
Also,
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
it takes place in England, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, there's like the sun doesn't exist there, so it's
all gray.
it's like inevitably just a scary day. It's a scary, cloudy day. It's probably raining.
Scary life.
Probably like people in the
Imagine.
streets, like
It's like
Yeah.
London in the 1300s.
Right.
That's where this takes place.
Yeah.
It's just shit everywhere.
I think it's easy to imagine like the trailer for this. You know, you got they remix like Chimney or
Oh
one
my
of the Let's Go Fly a Kite or something.
Yeah.
You know the songs.
I'm imagining a shot in this. You know that shot from this is super. You remember that shot from Persona where it's literally just a shot of a penis?
yeah.
And
And
it
It's like
rotates.
one frame.
It,
Oh yeah, I know what you're
It
talking
like it's like the shot rotates and the penis
Oh,
starts down and it goes up.
oh
Right?
yeah,
Is that in Persona?
It's a lighthouse, isn't it?
Or is it a lighthouse?
It's a shot of a lighthouse that
And then it
is
tilts.
that is
Oh,
a
I have
penis.
totally
Yeah.
combined the two images.
The penis is
The
like
penis?
there's like two frames of
There's-
just a picture of a penis.
And in
the
Persona, there's a,
Persona,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I was totally combined those two in my head. I was just imagining a shot of a penis.
Whoa! Wow.
Well, I was.
Cinema.
I
guess,
said
you
that
know?
basically to get it. I imagined a shot doing that rotating thing for some reason, but I imagined it would be on an umbrella or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I heard that Robert
Could also be
Eggers
a penis.
shot, but it did not make the final cut. He wanted that part with the lighthouse that it looks like a penis. He wanted a match cut to Robert Pattinson's like actual penis.
That would have been
God.
so funny.
Oh my god. Robbie's cock on screen.
I imagine like it's the shot of the lighthouse looking like a penis, and then it for like a frame it cuts to it. No, it'd be like a couple frames, enough to see that he's like jacking off. It'd be like cut to him for like half a second. You just see him clearly just slamming on that thing, and then it cuts back to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Is the shot I'm thinking of from Persona? Or is it from the lighthouse? I get those
There's
movies
definitely a
mixed
shot
up.
in the lighthouse or in Persona where it just cuts to a dick for like 2 frames.
No,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking
No,
of.
that definitely is the case.
But there's also a
the
shot
of the
lighthouse.
Is there-
rotating building.
The rotating building
could be
is in
either.
lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
That is in lighthouse.
Okay.
Now that I'm remembering it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get those two movies mixed up. I remember because
They're
I
very
saw
similar.
The Lighthouse before I saw Persona, which is probably a little
It's like-
embarrassing. But
I think
whatever.
I may have too, actually. Well, they're both the same vein of like unsettling movie on an island.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
Or
kind
I
of
don't know if Persona
Black
takes place
and
on an
white
island,
experimental. Yeah, I think it does. Persona.
Sexual
takes place on a coast. at
Yeah.
least.
under overtones.
Very
Homosexual.
sexual.
Right.
Homosexual.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe one of them is crazy, or maybe one.
Maybe
of,
they're not.
Yeah, maybe neither.
Maybe there's a real mermaid.
Yeah, I remember watching Persona, and like the joke I told my friend after, I was like, "It's just a lighthouse for girls," you know. Ingmar Bergman, fucking rip-off artist.
This movie would be so
Saw
much
the
better
lighthouse.
if there was iOS mobile gameplay under it.
This is like that all-female Oceans movie.
This is like the all-female Ghostbusters.
Yo, fuck the Ghostbuster.
Wow, guys. Well, that was pretty fun. We each took probably like 20 minutes to. make our little
I don't think we
synopses.
took 20. Oh wait, you mean to
write
ours.
to write our
Oh
synopses.
yeah, we definitely did take 20 minutes. I thought you meant to like say ours. I was
Oh,
like,
no,
holy
no,
shit!
no,
How
I
much
think-
time?
No, it hasn't been that long, I don't think.
Holy fuck!
I'm
coming.
Ever since you guys told me about that sound, it's been nonstop.
Dude, I've been getting the other one nonstop.
What's
today.
the other one?
You know, the other one is where he's like, I hate
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
fucking.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I literally you can tell when a video is gonna do it because like the video is lower quality. I don't know why. Like there's this one Family Guy clip came out that was like a full length clip. It was like a minute long.
Yeah, and then at the end,
low quality.
Yep.
And it's like some fucking little 13-year-old is just on his phone editing it. Like they're gonna laugh when he says the N-word.
Yeah, it's
Using
clearly a
CapCut
13-year-old
or whatever. Is that what that's
It's
called?
CapCut, yeah.
Just flipogram in the bottom.
Dude, it was crazy when I was teaching that class of 8th graders. Like every fucking kid knew exactly what CapCut was and how to use it.
Oh wow!
I was like, damn, what do you? Okay, I've never even fucking heard of this program.
Kids these days are tech savvy.
Be smart.
People want to
Be
talk
smart.
about movies, like when people are always like, "Oh, they shot this movie on iPhone." It's not enough now to shoot a movie on an iPhone. You have to edit on iPhone now. You have to edit in CapCut.
A feature-length movie in
And
CapCut.
you gotta leave the watermark.
I'm making my feature debut in the TikTok video editor.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if TikTok added have like 15 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, 2 hours?
It's like how sometimes people manage to post like a full movie on
People
Twitter.
would though. Oh my god.
Yeah. It
Dude.
would turn into chaos.
I don't. Oh yeah, well, people post full movies on like Pornhub.
Well, yeah.
But I was watching TikTok the other day, and this was after we went to go see Avatar 2, by the way. I admittedly remembered very little of Avatar 1 going into seeing Avatar 2. And there was this account on TikTok that had like an 18-part series on a plot synopsis of Avatar 1. And I shamefully admit that I watched all 18 parts.
Wait, was it
How
a
long were they?
It was like a minute.
was
they were
it
each a minute long.
Yeah, or like roughly a minute.
was it like a robotic voice narrating it?
Maybe, I don't know. It
Okay.
probably wasn't 18
'Cause I see
parts,
those
so
all
just
the
pull it-
time.
pull it out of my
A
ass.
roundabout
Probably
way to watch
or
a
something.
YouTube video.
Was anyone last night
Yeah.
last night on TikTok I was getting several TikToks from multiple angles of the Nepal plane crash.
Oh, yeah.
Were you guys getting that?
Dude,
Just
what?
people
Every time
dying?
you ask me what if anyone else is getting this on TikTok, I'm like, no.
I am getting those actually.
I've seen so many videos where it's literally you can't swipe fast enough because as soon as you get to the video, it's just all you see is a fireball and people exploding, and you're like, okay, that's real death happening.
It's a snuff film.
Yeah.
It's like straight up.
I feel like I was getting plane videos before the Nepal thing happened.
Oh
so
yeah, I
think
always
was-
get the. You ever get those? It's the Mitski song,
Oh,
and
no.
they for whatever reason it's like associated with plane crashes.
Okay.
I always just get videos of like people, like people who like do like plane spotting.
What is
No,
plane
what is
spotting?
that?
They like people like to like stand outside of airports and like just watch the planes.
Like,
I've never.
Okay.
I've
It's
never.
like what?
I'm
I'm just standing outside the bus station,
But-
watch all the buses.
They just
fly by.
there's people who just like to watch planes take off.
Yeah,
and land,
sure,
which, like,
okay,
sure, I guess
whatever.
it's cool. But anyways, I always get TikToks of people who are like plane spotters, and it'll always like I got this one that was like applied so little to me because it was like me when I bring my friend plane spotting, and then it's like the audio where it's like hooray.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why does this apply to me? I feel like this is making fun of me in a way, like that I'm not hardcore enough of a plane spotter or something. Like, that's what I imagine if I tagged along with a plane spotter. That's probably how they would see me.
It happened a lot to me over specifically the summer, but it's starting to happen again where I'll be swiping and I come across like a page called like Aviation Freak 67, and it's every video is the same. It's like a CGI rendering of a real plane crash, and it always has Washing Machine Heart by Mitski slowed down, reverbed in the background. And as soon as like I don't know what it's called in music, the chorus kicks in, it's always they time it so the plane hits the ground right when that happens.
Jesus. Okay, so you know, I did just kind of like, make fun of you a little for having such a fucked up TikTok timeline. But I'm gonna this is a little bit of a confession because actually nobody would have to know that this happened if I didn't tell it on my podcast. But a TikTok came up and it was footage of 9/11.
I also get a lot of that.
And jeez, of course you do.
And I also actually get a lot of 9/11 videos.
And it was just footage of 9/11, and it was the song "Welcome to the Jungle."
Oh my fucking god!
It's "You're gonna die."
Oh wow!
And it was like perfectly timed. And literally, like the video before it had been some girl being like using the "Which Muppet am I" filter.
Yeah.
And then the next thing was that, and I literally I watched that. I closed my phone, and I was like. I shook my head. I shook it off, and then probably 3 minutes later, I literally started laughing hysterically. I was in my kitchen making ramen.
You're just thinking about it.
I just kept thinking about it, and I just started laughing out loud, uncontrollably for probably 4 minutes. And
who is the sick fuck who edited that?
Literally,
I was like, oh my god.
Scrolling TikTok now is like, oh, family life clip. Oh, girl twerking in a diva costume. Oh, 9/11 footage.
It's literally what will you watch, or what won't you watch? Frankly.
It's when will you watch it?
My TikTok feed is literally. Cute cat, cute cat, cute cat, cute dog, cute baby, 9/11. Just
Jesus. Right.
I don't fucking know. I don't want any of that. I don't ever like any of that. And still, it's just plane crash, porn, real death. Yep. Blood. Okay, that's a picture of a burnt corpse.
These are my top 5 albums of the year.
Well, it's like, do you remember read that thing a couple weeks ago where it was one of them, models in Fallout 3 was one of the there was a model in Fallout 3 a corpse or something.
Oh, in Half-Life, right?
Half-Life. It was either Fallout or Half-Life, one of them. But the texture was apparently a real burned body.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture. It was crazy.
And I was like, wow, that's
what
an awful morbid thing to think about while you're playing a game.
God.
It worked though. It's a scary looking model, and
I guess when
it's a very scary image.
When you scale it down to fucking 250, 128 pixels, it's
you really can't tell.
It doesn't really matter at that point.
I just hope that was hopefully somewhere in the public domain, or we don't. Hopefully, we don't know who that person is, or they donated their body to science.
Yeah, it's like a.
You can go ahead and burn my face off.
A little thing on your license that says that you're allowed to use your corpse for video game textures.
Oh wow, this guy is.
I'm donating my body to the Source engine.
I'm donating a 3D scan of my corpse to Source Filmmaker.
I give you permission to cremate me, but just my face, please.
Oh.
I don't want to die.
Cremation. You can cremate 4 fingers, my choice. Half of my head, left side.
Mm-hmm.
And my penis and balls.
Yeah, I wonder if someone's ever been like, all right, I want my arms cremated, I want my torso buried, I want my legs sent to Europe to be buried there. And I want my head to be shot into space. Can we do that?
And I want my toes spread into the Amazon River like birds' food.
Yeah. I want my heart to get eaten by a shark.
I'm sure someone actually probably has done that, actually. I feel like
I want half my body cremated, or
No, I just mean I know I'm indecisive as fuck, bro. I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know where I want my body to go. I'd be like, I want half of it, and
I mean, if you had to decide right now,
fuck, I don't know. Probably like the Hudson River or something. Fucking
what the fuck?
Hudson River. You want your
body just
mold.
floating. The Hudson. That probably wouldn't even be that unusual, actually.
No, there's probably so many bodies in the Hudson.
What about you, Cade? What do you? If you were gonna die tomorrow, what would you want your body done with your body?
When I was young, I was really like, you should blast it into space. That'd be sick. Because I heard about a program where you could pay like $10,000 and they would actually do that. They'd build like a mini rocket just for your ashes and shoot it into the atmosphere. Now that seems like one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard.
Seems like a waste of jet fuel.
Yeah, and the fact that there's literally nothing on Earth to show that you existed anymore.
Yeah. And it's like you're not even going up there. It's like they're sending no one and nothing.
It's not even like your body going up there. It's just your ashes.
Yeah.
Can I actually retroactively change my answer after?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Because I didn't realize we were actually seriously answering this.
No,
But
I
if
feel like
we're-
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
I was gonna say, if we're answering seriously, I don't know. I have no. You can go ahead.
Oh,
'cause I don't know.
well, realistically, I also don't know. But like, I'd probably, if I really wanted to do something like go with a bang, if you asked me right now, it would either be like probably somewhere in like Switzerland or the Alps or something, because like I just think it's really beautiful. My family's like from Switzerland, so I'd probably do that realistically. But
cool.
if I wanted to be way more dope with it and like do something baller, I'd probably not want to be cremated. I want my full body. I want them first to dump like the shit they put in like Abraham Lincoln that like kept his body intact for like way too long.
Yeah.
I want them to put that shit in me, and then I want them to attach like 2 lead blocks to my body and draw me over where the Titanic sank.
So you can just hang out down there.
Hang out by the Titanic.
That's what James Cameron's.
That's
gonna
what
do.
I would. That's probably what I would do. Or send me to Pandora. That bring me. They'd find my body. and They'd be like, "We need to turn him into a Navi," and then I'd be
He's
reborn
a-
as a Navi.
Yeah, what I would like you to do with my body is turn me into a
Turn me
Navi.
into a Navi.
Like
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver. Just live again.
I would fucking kill for that, dude.
All right, at our funeral home, we do have the cremation package, or we do have the Navi package.
You can just become a
The
Navi
Navi
if you
package.
want. Do they explore the implications of just living forever in the movie? I don't care. Actually, I don't want the answer. But
No, they don't.
They don't. They actually
Okay.
They're
don't.
just blue. We're blue now. They don't ever mention it.
They don't talk about living forever. They talk about living blue.
oh, okay, great.
Yeah, what does fucking the admiral guy say? He's like, you troops are all the same. You're just taller,
And-
thinner, and bluer. Or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Racially.
Yeah, Colonel Gingrich or whatever.
Oh my god. Well, if I was gonna die tomorrow, joke answer starting now. I would want to be thrown off of the Empire State Building, but like
Full body.
Are you serious?
but like the second floor.
Wait,
like dust all over these people.
Okay, I was thinking of corpse, but like dust.
Oh, sure.
Either way, it'd be funny.
It is dusting all like people like like the Big Lebowski or something. They're just like
Yeah. Oh
um
man.
and then your body thrown off of the Empire State Building.
Just the second floor though. Like just a window breaks and just a corpse. Oh my god!
Somebody call the police.
Sidewalk pancake. And then
The
real
second
answer.
floor. It's probably if you were alive, that probably wouldn't even kill you. That would just be hurt.
If I guess real answer, I don't know. I guess I'd rather be cremated. I don't really want my body to go rot and get eaten by maggots.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
I feel like you gotta be cremated. Like
yeah,
unless you, I guess, want
turn
to be buried
to ash.
like a weird old Victorian person.
Yeah, have you guys heard of? I mean, you guys know what happens when you're cremated. Obviously, your
Catch on
body
fire.
burns.
What? They turned you into cream.
Stirring them up.
Turn you into
Put 'em on a
Ready-
root beer
Turn you into
float.
Ready Whip.
No, I don't think I know. What
So
happened?
you're obviously all your skin boils and shards and shit, but your head actually explodes. Your whole skull, like all of the air that's still like up there, it all the pressure builds up from the and your skull like your head blows up, and then your chest cavity like bursts open. So you're like, it's not like
It's like popcorn in there.
yeah, like a Viking funeral where they that
It's just a huge explosion on the boat.
Kind of looks like this.
yeah, it's like the boar that exploded. Yeah, if you're getting cremated, you should be able to, I think, imagine your own face opening from the forehead.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Kind of like an alien, but it's on your head instead of your.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if your loved one was cremated as well, then
Then her head would also explode.
they are also
It's very.
So there you go. That's that. I mean, death is an ugly thing. I mean, what's worse, getting embalmed or having your head explode, right?
Yeah, I want my balls.
Getting deballed.
Deballed. Yeah, some guy who's terrified of getting embalmed because he thinks it means that they rip your balls off.
I heard the other day.
Me, no way. No way. I'm keeping them.
I heard the other day that when they bury you, it's traditional practice to put your brain in your stomach. Have you guys heard about that?
What?
What? Why?
Because like when they're preserving the body for the funeral, when they're prepping it, they like suck out all the organs and they suck out the brain, and they just turn it into basically a bag of goo, and then
Your brain?
yeah, they just like
How do they suck out your brain through your?
I think through your nose.
Is your nose hole? Is there a canal to your brain space from your nose hole, or do they like make a hole? They must have to. I guess they could do
No,
that.
yeah,
I don't
did you ever
know.
like pick your nose so far and you touch your
Starts-
brain,
Pull
and
out a
like,
brain
vision
stem.
starts going fuzzy and stuff?
Yeah, right. No, I forgot
Your
about
ears
that.
start bleeding. But yeah, apparently, so they just have this bag of goo, and it's your goo, so they don't want to like. It's yours. It's your property. So they
Belongs
just
to you.
they put it all in your chest, and
all
they
you
close
got
the
now.
chest cavity up, so your brain is just in your chest.
I like
Dude.
when you described it. I was imagining like they're just like, all right, heart, lungs,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're just like, I assume
and then
they're just, like,
they go like, all right, open up the skull.
You think they just like put up like a vacuum to one of your nostrils and just set that thing to like max intensity?
and they like remove your brain like.
And there's
Get
there's
outside.
no other choice. Just the brain has to go into the vacuum.
And then
Your
they
head like crinkles like a water bottle, like when you suck on it.
And then
Oh.
they take your brain out, and then they just put it in the cavity, and they're like, there you go.
That just seems like a lot of
Sew 'em
work.
back up.
It's like, is that really necessary?
Well,
Like,
embalming in general, it's like,
It's a lot of
what
work.
are you really doing it for, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you talked about Lincoln.
yeah, it's like.
They had his. They were
Well, but I guess with Lincoln, it
literally
was
parading his
because they
dead
were parading his body
around.
around. But like, embalming someone nowadays, I feel like you see them like maybe once
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
they're, if they're not cremated, you see them once before they are.
You gotta
tossed
wonder,
underground.
because surely famous people get embalmed all the time.
Mm,
So
Mark Wahlberg will get embalmed.
maybe.
Well, I was thinking like, who was the guy who like embalmed the queen? Like, surely that guy had to be like executed afterwards.
I know,
What if
because
you-
imagine he was fucking
He saw her whole
ripping out her
naked
organs
body,
and
her
shit.
whole naked body,
Right, bro.
Yeah.
fucking decrepit 90
Bro's
whatever
probably
year
on
old
the
body.
list of like 3 people who've seen the queen's pussy, bro.
Yeah, he's like, he like opens her up and fucking removes
Like
everything.
before he went
Opens
into
her
the
up,
room,
rot.
right, let's hold this in.
Let's get to it then.
Before he goes into the room, he's got like 2 guys who come up to 2 like royal guards who are like, after you finish the procedure, we will end your life. And he's like, I understand.
There's
like,
2,
jolly good then.
There's 2 royal guards with the little Men in Black stick.
Yeah. And just look right at the tip of this pen, please.
That'd probably be preferable, I suppose. Yeah.
And then they suck out his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the guy who embalmed Queen Elizabeth is just buried right under her.
Yeah, like fucking he's finished like putting all her clothes back on or whatever. She's all presentable now.
All done.
And then like 3 dudes in black
Yeah,
suits
just
come
walk
in
up.
and they corner him and he's like, "Wait, no!" And they jam the brain sucker up his. Yeah.
Actually, I think it was. Oh no, it was the Pope. I was thinking it was the Queen. Did you see the video of the,
Oh my
the Pope's
God.
funeral?
That was funny.
Dude, what? Well, okay, I was just amazed that the camera like captured this in high enough quality for people to fucking zoom in on. People like were cropping in on. There was like 1 frame of they were like carrying the Pope's body like through the cathedral hall or whatever, and the people cropped in on this 1 frame where you could see this guy's hands. And it looked like he was made of mashed potatoes. Like his
What, the
skin,
Pope?
Yeah. Like his skin, he looked so slimy and so nasty, dude. I was like, oh my God.
They really fucked up his face.
Something happened when, like, you want to talk about an embalmer
Close
who
the
got
casket,
killed
bro.
afterwards? That guy got fucking killed,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that was
did that
God's
guy
best
dirty.
friend, you dirtbag. He fucking ruined his body.
Did you hear they have to smash his hammer? So they have to smash his head with a hammer?
the Pope?
I thought you were okay. You first said that, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't know the popes have like religious hammers.
Okay. I don't know if this is
Pope Francis. Grab the Pope smashing hammer.
Yeah.
It's like fucking big wooden mallet.
Yeah.
Imagine like the
Gallagher.
popes have like a religious gavel or something.
I think you're not too far off. I heard, and this is probably false, but I heard that they have this special golden hammer that after a pope dies, someone has to go up to the pope's head and scream their name and smash their skull like 3 times to make sure they're really dead.
Wow.
Oh my
I was-
God.
That actually is awful. I was
Like, imagine the guy who has to do that.
for like for 1 millisecond, I was about to be like, "That sounds awesome," and then I was like, "Damn, actually, that."
Do not come
Imagine-
back to life.
All right. How do they pick that guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you
is
will
that like
be
a punishment
you will be the
or
one.
I
It's like a
would
boy.
assume
It's like a little altar boy.
Yeah.
You must smash the pope.
You'll
It's
be
the
the
most
one.
recently baptized boy in Italy.
He's fucking 7 years old.
Please, I'm just a little orphan boy, please.
We have a very special task for you.
I cannot
I don't know why he's
do it,
British.
please. I cannot.
All right, everybody. Well, that was a pretty fun
British
podcast. We talked about reboots and death,
Trans
and
Elon.
trans and eating pussy, and
And the Jizz Brothers. Catch it in theaters
see
2030.
Jizz Brothers, Disney Plus theaters next year.
Cheers.
Disney
and-
theaters.
Next week, Pete presumably will be back unless there's another WWE event.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
Might
gonna
not
be
WWE.
beat up.
It's
Yeah.
probably AEW, and he might get mad at you if you just said WWE.
Oh God, I mean, whatever A&W event. And anyway, guys, if you like the podcast, definitely subscribe. We've had some growth a lot in the last few months. I think we're
Yeah.
approaching
Yeah.
150 right now.
Thank you
which is
to
pretty cool.
Thank you to everybody who's been repeatedly tuning in, because believe it or not, those people do exist.
That's
Somehow, some way.
crazy.
There are people. I just got a text from Sid, our loyal viewer Sid. He asked me about Chicken Day. Thank you for tuning in, Sid, and everyone.
Yeah, no, I mean, odds are now with our current subscriber count and the amount of people that actually watch our TikTok and YouTube shorts and stuff, odds are, and this has probably not been the case for the first like 25 podcasts, somebody is hearing this part.
Odds are
Maybe.
we can get canceled now.
Yeah, so if you're hearing this part, leave a comment and I'll Venmo you $3.
I'll Venmo you $2,000.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, but
But I would.
it's gonna be peace.
See the Jizz Brothers in theaters.